there is one issue that has continued to shape conversations across Nigeria, it is the delicate relationship between religion, politics, and national unity. In the last few hours, a fresh statement from one of the country's most influential Islamic bodies has once again brought that conversation into the spotlight, raising important questions about religious tolerance, equal treatment, and the future of peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, popularly known as the NSCIA and led by the Sultan of Sokoto, has spoken out strongly over what it describes as persistent discrimination, negative profiling, and repeated attacks against Islam and Muslims in Nigeria. The council says Muslims have continued to exercise patience despite what it considers repeated provocations, but it also warned that every act of patience has its limits. The statement has already generated discussions across different parts of the country, with many Nigerians expressing different opinions about its message and what it could mean going forward. Before we continue, if you enjoy balanced and fact-based updates on important national issues like this, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share this report with others who want to stay informed. Your support helps us continue bringing you well-researched and responsible news. Also, don't forget to leave a respectful comment sharing your perspective because your opinion is part of the conversation. Now, let's take a closer look at what happened and why this statement has attracted so much attention. According to the statement released by the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, the organization believes there has been a growing pattern of unfair treatment directed at Muslims and the Islamic faith in different areas of public life. The council argued that this goes beyond isolated incidents and reflects what it sees as a broader trend that deserves urgent attention from both government authorities and society as a whole. One of the strongest parts of the statement was the council's concern over comments linking Islam or Muslims with criminal activities and insecurity. According to the NSCIA, making such broad generalizations is not only unfair but also dangerous because it can create unnecessary suspicion and deepen existing divisions among Nigerians. The council stressed that criminality should never be associated with an entire religion or community. Instead, it argued that individuals who commit crimes should be treated as individuals under the law, regardless of their religious identity. In other words, the organization believes that no faith should be blamed for the actions of a few people who choose to break the law. This concern is not entirely new. Over the years, conversations around insecurity in Nigeria have often become emotionally charged. The country has faced different security challenges, ranging from terrorism and banditry to kidnapping, communal conflicts, and organized crime. Because some of these incidents have involved individuals identified as Muslims, public debates have sometimes expanded beyond individual responsibility and turned into discussions involving religion itself. The NSCIA believes this approach is both inaccurate and unfair. It argues that millions of peaceful Muslims who contribute positively to society should not be judged based on the actions of criminals who happen to share the same religious identity. Another major issue raised by the council concerns media coverage. According to the statement, some media organizations allegedly report crimes differently depending on the religion of those involved. The council claimed that when suspects are Muslims, their religious identity is sometimes highlighted prominently, whereas in other situations involving people from different religious backgrounds, religion may receive little or no emphasis. The NSCIA believes this difference in presentation creates a perception that Islam itself is connected to criminal activity, even when crimes are committed by individuals acting on their own. Media reporting has always played a significant role in shaping public opinion. Headlines, television discussions, online reports, and social media posts often influence how people understand events before they even read the full details. Because of this influence, questions about fairness, balance, and responsible journalism remain extremely important in a diverse country like Nigeria. The council is therefore calling on journalists, editors, broadcasters, and media owners to exercise fairness, professionalism, and objectivity whenever they report sensitive issues involving religion. Beyond media coverage, the statement also touched on another sensitive subject: public appointments and national representation. According to the NSCIA, many Muslims believe they have experienced marginalization in certain areas of national life, while simultaneously being portrayed as holding unfair influence or power. The council described this situation as contradictory, arguing that Muslims cannot reasonably be described as both marginalized and oppressors at the same time. This particular point is likely to generate debate because questions surrounding appointment into public offices have been discussed repeatedly in Nigeria over the years. Various political groups, ethnic organizations, religious associations, and civil society groups have all, at different times, raised concerns about fairness, representation, and inclusiveness in government. Nigeria's diversity is one of its greatest strengths, but it also requires leaders to maintain a careful balance so that different communities feel represented and respected. Whenever any major group believes it is being excluded or unfairly treated, such concerns often become part of the wider national conversation. The NSCIA also called on the federal government, security agencies, and regulatory institutions to take action against statements capable of creating religious hatred or increasing divisions within society. According to the Council, freedom of expression is important in every democratic society, but that freedom should be exercised responsibly, especially when discussing issues capable of affecting national peace. This reflects a broader challenge facing many countries today. Social media has made it easier than ever for opinions to spread rapidly. While this has created opportunities for public discussion, it has also increased the speed at which misinformation, stereotypes, and inflammatory remarks can circulate. Sometimes, a single statement shared online can reach millions of people within hours. If such statements contain misleading or inflammatory claims about religion, ethnicity, or nationality, they can increase misunderstanding and tension before verified information becomes available. Because of this reality, many organizations continue to encourage responsible communication, careful fact-checking, and respectful public dialogue. Another notable part of the NSCIA's statement was its message directed specifically to Muslims across Nigeria. Despite expressing frustration over what it considers persistent discrimination, the Council urged Muslims to remain peaceful, law-abiding, and committed to national unity. Rather than encouraging confrontation, the organization emphasized patience, respect for the law, and peaceful engagement. This aspect of the statement is significant because it reinforces the importance of maintaining calm even during periods of disagreement. Nigeria's history has shown that religious misunderstandings can sometimes escalate quickly if emotions are allowed to override dialogue and mutual respect. At the same time, the Council maintained that authorities should not ignore what it describes as increasing hostility toward Islam and Muslims. It argued that addressing such concerns early could help strengthen national unity and prevent unnecessary tensions in the future. The phrase that perhaps attracted the greatest attention was the Council's declaration that enough is enough. Although the words are strong, they were presented within the broader context of appealing to government institutions to address concerns about discrimination and negative profiling. Different observers may interpret that message differently, but the Council's overall statement combined expressions of frustration with calls for peaceful conduct. Reactions to the statement have already begun emerging from different sections of Nigerian society. Some people believe the Council has raised legitimate concerns about stereotyping and unequal treatment. Others argue that discussions about religion should always be approached carefully to avoid creating further misunderstandings. There are also those who believe all communities, regardless of faith, have experienced different forms of discrimination at various times, and that solutions should focus on fairness for everyone. Ultimately, Nigeria remains home to millions of Muslims, Christians, and followers of other faiths who live together peacefully in many communities across the country. Every day, people of different religions attend the same schools, work in the same offices, run businesses together, and support one another during celebrations and difficult moments alike. That reality reminds us that while disagreements may arise at the national level, peaceful coexistence continues to be the daily experience of countless ordinary Nigerians. As conversations continue in the coming days, attention will likely focus on whether government officials, relevant institutions, or other stakeholders respond publicly to the issues raised by the NSCIA. Nigerians will also be watching to see whether these discussions encourage constructive dialogue aimed at strengthening mutual understanding rather than increasing division. In situations like this, responsible leadership from religious organizations, political leaders, community elders, journalists, and ordinary citizens becomes especially important. Careful words can reduce tension, while careless words can unintentionally deepen existing differences. That is why many observers continue to emphasize the importance of listening carefully, verifying facts before drawing conclusions, and avoiding generalizations about any religious or ethnic community. As this story develops, we will continue following official statements and verified information to keep you updated with balanced and accurate reports. If you found this report useful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with friends and family so they can hear the full story for themselves instead of relying only on headlines or social media posts. Most importantly, we'd like to hear from you. Do you believe the concerns raised by the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs deserve more attention? How do you think Nigeria can strengthen religious understanding and national unity while respecting the rights of every citizen? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments section below because constructive conversations are always welcome. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for choosing facts, balance, and respectful discussion. Stay informed, stay perilous, and we'll see you in the next update.